Like, what are you even looking at? Did you not see him? Oh, you're trash.
Hey everyone, today joining us is multi-time NCAA champ, NWSL champ, World Cup champ, Allie Long, as she now joins Queen's Gaming Collective in a new role, her strategic advisor role. A lot of people don't realize the crossover between sports and esports, so we're gonna play a game today called Sports versus Esports. Ready?
Of course I'm ready. Let's do this.
Okay, first up, more thrilling victory. A win in NWSL or a Warzone victory?
Oh my gosh. I mean, there's nothing like being in quads. You're the last man, 1v1, to bring it home for your team, and everyone is telling you, watch over here, watch over. There's nothing like that moment, and I like relate that to like the last minute of a game and you score the winning goal, and when you bring home that Warzone victory, like I equate that equally.
Esports versus sports. Who has the strongest competitive spirit?
I would have to say sports on this one. Not because I don't love esports, but I've dedicated my life to soccer, and I feel like I'm expected to I put such a high standard for myself, whereas gaming, I'm pretty good, but I'm not there yet. So I'm doing the best I can. So yeah, I think for sure sports.
Next up, trash talking. Who's got the better trash talk, on the pitch or in Verdansk?
Oh my gosh, I would say Verdansk for sure. You can just sit there and go off, and no one can even say anything to you. You can just, I'm talking about my own friend, team that I'm on with my friends. I think for soccer, especially in women's soccer, I feel like when I play with guys, they're shitting on me if I give the ball away, whereas I have to this is my team, and I can't be yelling at them 24/7. So I've had to actually learn how to communicate better. But when it comes to Call of Duty, I let it rip. I'm not even thinking about it.
For sure. Give us your best trash talk story in Call of Duty to teammates. Since apparently
when
you had to
someone
turn
was
it down in real
trashing
life.
to me. Yeah.
No, when you were
when
giving
someone
it
was
to your
trashing
teammates,
me.
apparently you're the one that had to turn it down.
What are you even looking at? Did you not see him? Oh, you're trash.
Man.
I told you he was to your left. You're looking right. Where are you looking? Now we're dead. Good job.
That is awesome. All right, Allie, better celebrations. Wiping a squad in Warzone or scoring a goal? Which one has a better one?
If I wipe a squad, I want everyone to know I wiped a squad. So I'm almost surprised that I did that by myself. Did you just see that? Whereas in in goal celebration, I'm let's go. I'm so hyped for my team. So my acting for goal celebration is better for sports, but my probably facial expression in wiping a squad is better for Call of Duty for sure.
Stressful. Let's say down one in stoppage time in the 90th minute, or a 1v2 in a Warzone matchup.
Warzone. I feel calm, cool, collected in a game. I'm so zoned in, mentally there. I'm confident in the ability. I'm confident in my team. 2v1, no, it's so stressful. Sometimes I literally won't blink. My eyes are and I'm I need to blink, my eyes are watering because I'm I can't even, I'm focused so hard, trying my best, seeing everything.
For sure. Next up, all right, this one is a little bit spicy, but which one has better inclusion, sports or esports, as you are now in the forefront of both of these songs?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I feel esports is not talked about. There's nothing that's oh, you can't play because you're a girl, or you're not good enough because you're a girl. No one, if you want to jump on and you're just playing in a random group of quads, no one's gonna tell you can't play because you're a girl. Whereas in sports, they see you and automatically they're oh my god, there's a girl on my team. I play with guys my whole entire life, and I always have to prove myself every single time I step on the field with guys, no matter what, especially when there's new guys, or I'm in a gym and there's people watching. They're already assuming that I'm gonna not be as good or whatever. So it like literally makes me play the best games of my entire life. So I think there's more like inclusion in gaming, but there's less girls that are like feel maybe comfortable playing and streaming as there are versus like guys. But I would say it's acceptable. If you're good, you're good. You could play, you could play. Whereas like sports, they're already like, Jesus, we have a girl on the team. Like I feel like I have to prove myself all the time. It's a good thing for me. It like brings out the best of me, but like, and I kind of like that when you like doubting me. I want to prove you wrong. So I enjoy that, but it's not that inclusive.
What is your best prove it moment in sports?
So I didn't make the World Cup team in 2015 with the US Women's National Team, and like the roster was like 23-man roster, and then for the Olympics it goes down to 18. And when they won in 2015, there was like, why would they change the team? Like everyone was like, there's no way you're gonna make the 2016 like Olympic team. Like that would never happen. They don't just like bring new people in when they have to like cut players. And so like everyone kind of doubted me, but I just like believed that, and I worked so hard, and I ended up making the 2016 like roster, and it was like one of the best feelings in the world, because so many people told me like, okay, like basically like if they asked me or they saw how hard I was working, they were kind of like, are you okay? Like it's not gonna happen for you. Like that's like kind of like what I felt like people were trying to get at, where I didn't care what anyone told me or said. It was something that like I believed and I was working for it. And so making that 2016 roster was probably like the best feeling ever.
That's awesome. All right, Allie, this is the big one. Would you rather play one more season of soccer or play video games for the rest of your life? Only pick one.
For sure, one more season of soccer.
Hey.
No questions asked. I'm sorry.
Finally, you just joined as a strategic advisor to the Queen's Gaming Collective. You've broken so many molds and been such a leader in change. Why are you now focusing here in the gaming space?
I think that to have a company that is led by women and want to kind of change the way the gaming industry was something that I feel so passionate about in like soccer and every facet of my life with being a female, and kind of wanting to be a role model for female. And I feel like it's almost like my responsibility with the platform that I've been given to kind of help promote, you know, inclusivity, equality, like just empowerment for females. I want them to feel like they can do whatever they want. And so being a part of like a pre-Queen's Gaming Collective, being a part of like the gaming world and seeing it, like I was pretty much the only female, especially like female athlete, that like I was doing charity streams when COVID was happening, and I realized like I was really only like one female in my world, in like the sports world, that was doing this. And I felt that, you know, the more times I streamed this, like followers that were following my Twitch kind of created this community, and they became friends. And I was like, this is so much bigger than I ever knew. And I just wanted to like bridge that gap between kind of like being a female, being an athlete, and like being a role model on the field, but as well off the field. And so since I'm passionate in gaming and like I love to game, it's been a part of like my recovery routine. That's kind of like how I started and like really getting into it. And you know, they're so connected in my life that I felt like doing this off the field, it only felt right to kind of like bring that into the gaming world and kind of help like raise awareness and be a part of something that's doing something great for females. And I will say there was one time that I was gaming with like a random group of quads, and I died, or I don't know, something happened where I fucked up, and someone's yelling at me like, oh, what are you, an 11-year-old boy, like trying to talk trash to me? And I was just like, what, are you super okay? First of all, do I sound like a man? In my head I'm like, do I sound like, maybe, I don't know, but I don't care. Second of all, or boy, little boy. Second of all, like, why are you assuming that I'm a boy just because like we're playing a video game? So that kind of like, I laughed about it, and I never told him I was a girl. I never told him that I wasn't an 11-year-old little boy. And it was just like kind of like eye-opening in the sense that like this is a space where guys dominate, and that's where I kind of like want to inject myself and like promote females and like enable females and empower females to feel like if they want to game, they can game, and like don't ever feel inferior to your quad teammate calling you an 11-year-old boy. Like, keep gaming.
Hi, I'm D-God, esports expert across multiple titles. If you want to be as suave and smart as me, click subscribe, watch these videos, and try your best to keep up.